Hey everyone, how's it going? I am Xeracon and I am back once again. So, one of the games that was shown off during the Game Awards was Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Now, the game was already revealed as a teaser referencing the Budokai Tenkaichi games, and so we thought this was going to be Budokai Tenkaichi 4. But this was a full reveal. I'm not going to lie, I was really excited when I saw the trailer, and I added it to my Steam wishlist once the page was available. Shortly after this reveal, the game was up for pre-order for PS5 and Xbox Series consoles. Guess how much the game is? $70. Once again, this blasphemous price tag is spreading like a disease. And while I've already explained my disdain for $70 games, this is much worse than other games for one reason. I expect this game to not have the same overall quality that the original Budokai Tenkaichi games had. And by that, I mean a complete package with no extraneous monetary add-ons. If you bought Budokai Tenkaichi 2, which happens to be my favorite game in the trilogy, you got all of the characters, stories, maps, and anything else right there on the disc. Nowadays, Dragon Ball games come out with multiple DLCs and season passes, so you can expect to pay at least $90 in MSRP, and maybe more than that. I have no doubt that Bandai Namco will have DLC and season passes with characters that could have been put in but were held off for cash grabs. There's a chance I could be wrong, but history shows that I could be right. Getting back to my main point, this really shows how much of a cesspool modern gaming has become. Instead of giving gamers the best overall experience and bang for their buck, these publishers instead want to milk us for all we're worth. How is it that people have accepted this? And even though I can wait for the price to drop, I despise this out of principle. These games should not cost $70 to begin with, even if there's a steep discount later on. This isn't a matter of if I can or can't pay for it. I can afford that price tag. It's a matter of why should I want to pay that much when I could get it cheaper and it has been cheaper before. That's my issue. And for the argument about supporting the devs, I have this to say. First, the devs have already been paid for their work. The revenue will be going straight to the publishers. The only time where revenue would directly impact developers would be for indie games. I know the money will be going to them. With a AAA game like this, I know that this isn't the case. At best, the developers will be getting a bonus, but it's not like they're going to magically get a pay raise. Additionally, people need to understand that it isn't our job to ensure that developers for these larger companies are compensated. That is the job of the company. All we have to do as consumers is exchange our hard-earned money in exchange for a product. That's it. In nearly every other market, you wouldn't be wondering if the people were paid enough for their efforts. You don't go into a grocery store and think that your shopping is supporting the workers. You're just there to get what you need and go about your business. Heck, it's Christmas time, and I know a lot of people have bought stuff online. Do you stop and wonder if the people working in the post office, FedEx, UPS, or DHL warehouses are being well compensated for working overtime and rushing to get your packages to you? Let me tell you from personal experience that working in a warehouse, especially if you're loading up or unloading trucks, is no picnic. I'm glad that I got out before the official Christmas rush began, because I imagine that would have been 10 times worse than what I experienced. Now, I'm not saying that the devs shouldn't get paid, but we're not responsible for that. That accountability falls on management and the publishers. They are the ones who should be held responsible for the treatment of their employees. But sadly, this is something that happens in the anime industry. Artists are not properly compensated for their work, and the big studios reap in the benefits. And no amount of support from fans is going to make that better. The problem is at the top. But I've digressed long enough. Sparking Zero is possibly going to be a great game and will likely please Dragon Ball fans. However, it's not going to give us the same value that the original Budokai Tenkaichi games gave us. I would love to be wrong and shown that there won't be any DLC whatsoever. But the fact of the matter is that that's unlikely. And that's because the gaming industry has been allowed to become rotten. I honestly hope that another crash happens. We need it. But that will do it for today. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch this video. I appreciate it. A couple quick announcements. The Frozen Gamer 87, who hosts the Orange Box podcast, put out a couple of OLED comparisons between the Switch OLED and the Steam Deck OLED. He's also going to be doing some more in the future, so you can check those out as well. You can check out his videos, which I will link in the description. Also, I'm considering doing another Batman Arkham Origins challenge like I did several years ago. It will be next week, but I need to decide if it'll be on Thursday or Friday. I'll make a community post with confirmed details later on. So until next time everyone, I am Xeracon signing off. Have a good one.